And I'm so happy for her to get the $28 flipping million.
It's fair to say that both the Indiana Fever and the entire WNBA are reeling after Caitlin Clark exposed some truly outrageous contract situations. At this point, someone needs to step up and hold the league accountable for its questionable financial maneuvering and budget tricks.
Elected officials, corporate, private equity, everybody like, how do I get into the WNBA and how do I invest, and can I have an expansion team, or can I invest in a current?
Knowing her worth and refusing to settle for anything less, Caitlin Clark made the bold move any true superstar would. She demanded a contract renegotiation that better reflected her impact on the game. She knew her presence was driving ratings, filling arenas, and bringing in unprecedented attention, and it was time her paycheck matched that reality. When people compare salaries between the NBA and WNBA, the obvious gap comes up. NBA players make over 100 times more. Why? Because the NBA's TV deals and revenue streams dwarf those of the WNBA. Still, it doesn't mean WNBA stars like Caitlin should be underpaid, especially when they're the face of the league's future. Caitlin's ask put the league in a tough spot. They couldn't afford to lose her. But agreeing to a bigger deal was risky because once one star gets a raise, others will follow. And that ripple effect is already being felt, as players across the league, including rising icons like Angel Reese, are watching closely. So what exactly is in Caitlin's groundbreaking new deal? For starters, her 4-year rookie contract is reportedly worth $338,500, already a major figure in WNBA standards. But the real value is in the extras: brand bonuses, marketing perks, endorsements, and media access deals that push her total earnings far beyond the base salary. It's a hybrid model that blends athletic performance with influencer economics, and no one else in the league is positioned quite like her to benefit. Now, the question becomes, how are the other players responding? So far, stars like Angel Reese have handled it with poise. There's admiration for what Caitlin has achieved, but there's also a growing awareness that the league must evolve. Players are starting to demand more, not just financially, but in how they're represented and respected. Caitlin's contract is more than a pay bump, it's a wake-up call. It's forcing the league to rethink how it compensates stars, manages talent, and grows its brand in a rapidly changing media landscape. Because if the WNBA doesn't start treating its top-tier players like true assets, it risks losing them to overseas markets or other lucrative opportunities. This deal is just the beginning of a much bigger shift. The floodgates are opening, and the days of underpaid superstars may finally be coming to an end. Whether the league can handle that pressure remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: Caitlin Clark just changed the game.
Of you and what you've done on the court. But what you've done on the court has far exceeded what you've done in our community and around this country and getting little girls excited about playing basketball. But no place has it been better and felt more than at the University of Iowa Children's Hospital. So here today, I just want to let you know, you are the AP National Player of the Year.
Caitlin Clark's arrival in the WNBA has sparked a complete transformation, not just for her team, the Indiana Fever, but for the entire league. In 2025 alone, her presence is projected to generate $7,820 per game in revenue, and her contract is structured to reflect her status as a generational talent. The Fever didn't just sign a rookie, they invested in a franchise cornerstone. This wasn't a typical rookie agreement. It was a calculated move to secure the future of the team, a statement that Caitlin is central to everything they're building. Despite the WNBA's public claims of financial limitations, Caitlin wasn't convinced. She saw through the narrative and demanded a deal that matched her influence. After being selected first overall by the Fever on April 15, 2024, her impact was immediate. She sold out arenas, dominated highlight reels, and shattered jersey sales records. The league initially tried to lowball her, but Caitlin refused to be undervalued, and the WNBA folded. Her determination wasn't just about money, it was about respect. She stood firm and forced the league to reckon with her true value. And the results are undeniable. Since her signing was announced on April 27, 2024, Merchandise sales for the Fever have jumped by 57%. Caitlin's jersey has been the top seller for 2 consecutive months. Her influence on the court is massive, but it's what she's done off the court that has redefined the league. The Fever's season opener in May drew 1.3 million viewers, the most for a regular season WNBA game ever. Ratings for games featuring Caitlin are up 35% compared to similar matchups last year. Sponsors have responded accordingly, with brands like Nike and Gatorade increasing their investment in the WNBA. Caitlin's effect also reaches her teammates. Players like Kelsey Mitchell and Alyssa Smith have seen their social media following explode and are now receiving endorsement opportunities that seemed out of reach a year ago. Caitlin's presence has elevated everyone around her, proving what true leadership looks like. When Ice Cube offered her $5 million to join the Big Three, it showed just how valuable she's become, not just as a player, but as a cultural figure. Her 30-point game against the Las Vegas Aces in June 2024 sent the internet into a frenzy. A simple tweet from her went viral with over 250,000 likes, while her TikTok highlights consistently rack up millions of views. Her contract, reportedly worth $338,500 over 4 years, isn't just generous, it's historic. It includes upgraded travel, personal trainers, mindfulness coaches, and full-time recovery specialists. The Fever have surrounded her with every tool necessary for long-term excellence. This investment sets a new standard for how teams should treat their players, one that goes far beyond the numbers on a stat sheet. The Fever are now the league's most in-demand team. Home game attendance has risen by 41%, and the team sold out 5 straight games in May, a franchise first. Merchandise sales are up 63% over 2023, and corporate sponsors are flooding in. Even Caitlin's critics are benefiting from the exposure and money she brings to the league. It's not just about her brand, it's about creating a thriving ecosystem for everyone. Her rise mirrors some of the greatest stories in sports. Just as Magic Johnson rejuvenated the NBA and Serena Williams redefined tennis, Caitlin Clark is redefining what's possible in women's basketball. She's not just a star, she's the blueprint. And whether you love her or not, the numbers, the attention, and the opportunities she's creating speak for themselves. Caitlin Clark isn't just part of the WNBA's future, she is the future.